Kevin Durant doesn't just score the basketball, he solves it. For more than 15 years, he has been the greatest riddle the NBA has ever tried to answer. A 7-foot guard in disguise, a jump shot too pure to contest, a talent too big for any single team to contain. He's a basketball artist, a pure hooper to the core, a player who has redefined what a superstar should be. And yet, when we debate the greatest of all time, somehow, Kevin Durant is left waiting outside the door. This is the complicated legacy of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant entered the league quietly, no theatrics, no declarations, just buckets. A natural flow to his game that made defenders feel helpless. At 21 years old, he became the youngest scoring champion in history, and he didn't stop there. Season after season, he climbed higher. While LeBron collected MVP trophies, Durant collected scoring titles. He was always right behind the king, always the challenger, always second. But there was never anything second about his brilliance. He took a young Oklahoma City franchise to heights no one imagined possible. The Thunder looked like basketball's future. Durant, Westbrook, Harden, a trio born to dominate the next decade. The league was terrified of what they could become, but before destiny could unfold, the team chose economics over excellence. James Harden was traded, and the miracle that could have been never fully bloomed. Kevin Durant's Thunder years were defined by heartbreak masked by heroics. Every postseason run felt like a door slamming shut right at the finish line. 2012 Finals, young Kevin Durant stands toe-to-toe with LeBron. More points, more efficiency, more fire than anyone expected. But one team had championship maturity, the other was just learning to walk. Still, hope remained, because greatness was visible. It was close enough to touch. Then came 2016, a 3-1 lead. One win away from dethroning the 73-win Warriors. The Thunder were right there until they weren't. And Durant had a realization: sometimes an artist needs a new canvas. Kevin Durant decided to join Golden State. Too many? It was betrayal, a weak move, a superstar choosing comfort over competition. But to Durant, it was about freedom, about embracing the right way to play, about finally stepping into the best version of himself. Golden State didn't teach him how to score, they showed him how to shine. He no longer had to fight through the defenders and force every shot. The game finally flowed the way Kevin Durant always believed it could. He became a more complete player, a sharper passer, a more engaged defender, a leader by example, a player who dictated the rhythm of every possession without ever forcing it. Basketball, perfection achieved. Those Warriors teams weren't just good, they were inevitable. And Durant wasn't merely part of the machine, he was the engine. In the NBA Finals, he reached a level reserved for legends. Efficiency that defied mathematics, defense that elevated his team's identity, shot making that redefined clutch. Durant finally held the trophy that had slipped away for so long, twice. But instead of universal respect, he received critique. Every accomplishment came with an asterisk in the eyes of his harshest critics. He didn't build it, he joined greatness. It wasn't really his team. Durant became a champion, yet the acceptance he longed for never arrived. 2019 Durant was again the best player in the postseason. The Warriors were again positioned to conquer, but basketball is cruel. One wrong step and everything changed. A torn Achilles, the most devastating injury a hooper can face. Kevin Durant returned briefly in the finals, driven by pure heart, trying to save a team that desperately needed him. In that moment, every single soul watching understood just how much the Warriors depended on Durant. Not Curry, not Thompson, Durant. He risked his future when he didn't have to. That choice alone should have silenced every critic. But the injury didn't just end a season, it ended an era. And it created a question that still haunts the NBA. What if Kevin Durant never got hurt? Brooklyn was meant to be the rebirth, a fresh identity, a fresh legacy, a chance to prove that Durant could lead his team to the mountaintop. And in moments, he did exactly that. His post-injury game was astonishing, sharper than ever, more efficient than ever. Game 5 versus Milwaukee, one of the greatest postseason performances in NBA history, a masterpiece, a reminder that pure skill survives any physical setback. But around him, stability collapsed. Lineup turmoil, injuries, controversy, superstars refusing to sacrifice. Championship intentions are buried under dysfunction. Durant carried too much, and Brooklyn simply couldn't hold the weight. Then came another new chapter, another star-studded roster, another attempt to rewrite the story. Durant, Booker, Chris Paul, and later Bradley Beal. Talent, overflowing, but depth, fragile. Health, unreliable. Fit, still searching. Durant never stopped being elite, but the elite alone isn't enough when the margins of winning grow razor thin. So, where does that leave Kevin Durant today? He has more career points than almost anyone in history, more playoff consistency than nearly every legend, more skill than any forward to ever touch a basketball, a resume that screams top 10 of all time. And yet, questions remain. Did he lead a team all by himself? Did he own a dynasty or borrow one? Did circumstances keep him from the throne, or did he never seize it? Durant is both a victim of bad timing and a creator of controversial decisions, a player who always chose the pursuit of beautiful basketball over narrative, a competitor who never chased applause, only the purity of the game. Kevin Durant's story is not a tragedy. It's a pursuit of a higher truth about the sport he loves, a pursuit of the version of basketball that exists beyond ego, beyond politics, beyond criticism, a pursuit of greatness expressed not through approval, but through perfection. And here's the most fascinating part of all. The book isn't closed. He still walks onto the court, believing he's the best in the world. And on the right night, he still is. Maybe in the end, Kevin Durant doesn't need to be the GOAT to define greatness, because basketball isn't always about who stood highest. Sometimes, it's about who made the game more beautiful. Kevin Durant did that, and that alone cements a legacy unlike any we've ever seen. This is the complicated legacy of Kevin Durant.